Can each of you share a significant business decision that you made in 2023 that had a profound impact, positive and negative, and what you've learned from it?
Well, I might need
Who wants to go
think
first?
about that one. I think, it's something we probably do pretty consistently, but it's just reviewing the products and services that we provide our clients and how that's packaged up. And I think each year we get closer and closer to that. And a big thing we do is, we decide what we're not. We don't want to be everything to everyone, particularly at this size, because then you're probably not going to do it all well.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing we decided, early on this year is, there's a segment of the market that we don't think we can service really efficiently and really well at the price point they could probably afford. So what that did is it just meant that for a few of those clients that fell in that segment, we had to provide a little bit of advice to get them into a position where it wasn't necessarily needed to come back every single year, pay for advice fees, have their plan updated. It was a more set and forget approach. Mm-hmm. And I think that was a really positive thing, because for a lot of those clients, maybe they were questioning the value perhaps. And what it sort of does is it smooths out, they might come back every 2 or 3 years now, when something changes significantly, or they just want to get updated to be reassured that they are on track to achieving, their ideal lifestyle. And what that's done is it has freed up our capacity to better focus on the clients that we think that we can make a real difference for each year. So I think that's been a massive win for not only our business, but the clients we have served historically, and the ones we're attracting in the future too.
Yeah.
I'd say this year was, for me, it's probably making some bold moves. We ran a webinar in the middle of the year we've emailed our clients, so they've probably seen it with David Koch, and a few people on that panel we actually are introduced from our network. And those are the types of things, I think, in 2023 that are going to set us up for a massive 2024. And we have a few exciting ventures in the works that will come out in due course. However, for me, 2023 was the good things. We're making some of those bold moves, which are now going to pay off. And then, we've also, as a business in 2023, we've had to do some restructuring in some ways, in our team and all of that. And I think we've got some things wrong there, probably the year prior. And so what we've done is now set ourselves up with a really good structure and some great ventures in the pipeline to really set us up for great growth next year.
Yeah, 3 years ago I started, one of my mentors and a long-term friend, professional and personal, he met me at the Sydney airport and he said, all right, there's one word for the year ahead. This was 2021 it was, and he said, if there's one word, come back to me. So I was flying back to the Gold Coast and I landed it. It was free, and during 2021 I worked really hard to make myself more free, and that was around delegation and just support and whatnot, and automation was a big part of it. In 2022 it was all about 2022 was free. 2023 was all about rocket fuel. So if it didn't put our business up, if it didn't elevate me, if it didn't give me energy and help me get to that 10-year goal much faster, I didn't want to borrow it. So we said no to more clients than we said yes to this year, which was refreshing. And when you repel or attract certain clientele, you get very clear on what it is that you want and what clients actually value and what they don't want. So it was for me this year I put a lot of work in. I'm looking forward to the break, but next year is all about collaboration for me. So I'm looking forward to changing gears, but it was a big year, this one.
What is one thing from each of you that Cruise has achieved in 2023 that you're extremely proud of?
I might be going early on this one because I think there's still about 12 days till it's official, but we've had a guy working with us for 4 or so years now, and it's just been really exciting to see his growth, because he's probably the most overqualified provisional advisor I know of. But just seeing him go through his professional year, grow in terms of, you know, client interaction, EQ, running client meetings, and to be very, very close to becoming a, you know, fully fledged advisor, being able to stand on his own 2 feet, I think has been the most exciting thing for us, because, you know, as Nat said, we're almost in 7 years in business. And up until this point, a lot of it has relied on, you know, either me, Nat, or Cody servicing the clients. But now we've got someone that, you know, we trust incredibly highly, who we know is going to do a really, really good job, that we can pass the baton to in some respects, to, you know, being a custodian of that client's wealth. You know, we've done for 6 or 7 years in some cases, and, you know, we're passing that baton on to Riley now, who I think is going to selfishly probably do a better job than what we did, which I think is one concern we may have had.
I'd say one thing, that was a good one Jaden mentioned. I'd say that embracing the entrepreneurial operating system was one thing we've done as a business, which allows us to have very consistent process internally, right people in the right seats in our business, which we haven't had for a long time. And yeah, there's been some seat shuffling, however we've got it right, and then that's also is now turning into a consistent deliverable process for our clients, which we're really excited to roll out into 2024 as well, to give our clients some certainty of what's coming, and a lot of repeatability in what's coming, and a lot of value that's going to be repeated. So I'd say the embracing the entrepreneurial operating system is something that is going to help our business get to the next phase of growth.
The biggest thing that I'm proud of, which will every year, if you ask me this question, it'll be the same thing. It's the client experience and the client outcomes that we delivered. So we've had some clients lose loved ones. We've had clients be, you know, achieve extraordinary outcomes in their lives, you know, business and even you know, personally as well. But it's the client outcomes that I'm most proud of. You know, this year, 10 years ago, 20, it really doesn't matter what year it is. That's what I'm always most proud of. And the big 2023 for me was the first year that I'm not a listed practicing financial advisor. So I stepped off the register in October last year, which was hard because as all clients that I've dealt with over the years, you know, I invest heavily into the relationship. I genuinely care about them, and to see a full year come along and the outcomes, and, you know, Jaden and Riley, and it's just, they've delivered exceptional outcomes, and that makes me really proud in Jaden's. Cruise is the really important thing about Cruise, and as I said, it's the mirror. It's not about the advisor, it's about the client. So every year it will be about that, but in this year specifically, it's just seeing that I'm not part of the picture in terms of the personal household financial planning, but still our clients are shooting the lights out. So that's what I'm most proud of.